Back here, folks. We have to kick off this big interviews uh, and announcements backstage. We have our new GM of the new talent show. We know is Perseus, future Hall of Famer. Perseus, you made a big night here tonight for a lot of the new talent superstars. We know a lot of them qualified tonight for the ring elimination battle royal, as well as a big title match. Well, two big title matches we had here tonight for the tag titles and the main championship, which Daniel Brown kept his title. But just to hear from you, Perseus, what do you have to say about being the new GM here on the new talent show?
Well, honestly, I know that it's a great opportunity to be a part of the new talent show, training the new superstars. It's a big opportunity. And I said before that training the future is what I want to do. Even though I'm still pretty young in my age, it's a big opportunity to be the GM and to uh, have this opportunity again to shape and mold the new superstars. And like you saw tonight, you saw Trickster, Shira, and Turner qualify for the ring elimination battle royal, and I'm sure throughout the month there will be more superstars who will qualify for the ring elimination battle royal. So it'll definitely be a big opportunity for whoever qualifies for those qualifying matches. And as we mentioned earlier, there will be after Extravaganza the tournament for the trophy that Shibata won last year to get an opportunity at any pay-per-view of their choosing to pick ahead of time to the champion, whoever it will be, to win a championship. And what makes it interesting, like they said, is the briefcase. You cash in anytime, anywhere, anytime, but you use the trophy. You pick ahead of time a pay-per-view like Shibata did, and you'll be able to train throughout the year and get enough training in to win that championship. And it's definitely going to be a big opportunity for whoever wants to manage to win that trophy after Extravaganza. But for those of you just tuning in, we are live in a big backstage interviews. I am the GM of the new talent show, Perseus, a future Hall of Famer here in TPW. And we're just talking a little bit about the pay-per-view we just had just now. You can see it on YouTube under TPW. The link is in the bio description of Comics R100 here on Twitch. But either way, thank you for tuning in. But continuing on with this interview, this will be a big opportunity again for the trophy winner after Extravaganza. But we will move on with these interviews. I don't want to take up too much time of the other superstars going to be involved in these backstage interviews. So thank you again for all of you viewers tuning in and who tuned in live for the new talent Asylum, which was our pay-per-view here tonight. In our new talent show is new superstars rising here in TPW who had that opportunity to be a part of the pay-per-view, as well as superstars who have been here for a while. So continuing on, And thank you a lot, Perseus, for being a part of this interview here. We continue on with our next interview here tonight, here in our New Talent Asylum interviews here. So we go to Daniel Brown, who successfully kept his championship here tonight. Daniel, you have been quite a force to be reckoned with. You won the championship right away here in New Talent roster. Even though you are C. Brown's son, the legend here in TPW, as well as the GM of the away show, you managed to prove yourself that you are your own person. Even though you take on the mantle of your father, you definitely are your own person. How do you feel about successfully keeping your title in 4 matches now? Well, definitely a big opportunity to be champion. And that's what people don't realize. Being champion is harder than you think. It's not only about holding the championship, but it is about representing the championship to each and every one of these fans. Obviously, you have your roadblocks. You have people like Death, who came in thinking they were all big and powerful, but he was the first person eliminated in the match. And I'm a very respectful guy. I'm not gonna joke around with him, but obviously people like that will not get far in TPW because you need to have a lot of respect for the future of TPW and the fans, respect for the championship that I kept here tonight, and just respect in general. That's the main thing of being a champion. And if you have as much fight as I do, that's another thing you have to have as champion, is a lot of fight, and to get through these obstacles that you might have for however long you are champion. And I'm glad to be the TPW New Talent champion, and hopefully I keep it for a while. And who knows in the future if I will be moved up or not to the main roster. But again, like Preston said, we are both sons of legends here in TPW. We don't want to be treated any differently. We want to work up our way to the main roster like anyone else. But again, it feels great to successfully win here tonight. And hopefully my next opponent, whoever it will be a big matchup, as well as we had here tonight in the tables match, which again you could see on our YouTube channel under TPW. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess good luck again to whoever faces me for the championship next time. Well, thank you for being here, and we know you don't want to be too long here in this interview, so we continue on to our next interview here tonight in our pay-per-view New Talent Asylum. So we actually hear from the Ram. He is our last interview, obviously. He is the owner and founder of TPW. He will be saying some announcements and answering some questions. Thank you for being with us, Ram, as always, for these announcements and interviews. We know you don't have a lot of time, but we just want to say we appreciate everything you're doing here for our rosters and big pay-per-view matches, and so much work you put into everything going on here in TPW. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Pepperjack, for those kind words. Another successful pay-per-view, huh? We had a big title match with Daniel Brown, C. Brown's son, successfully defending it against Death, and as well as LJ. They had a big battle, LJ and Daniel Brown. I gotta give it to them. They fought it out in a big way, more than I ever would have thought in that title match. As for Death, I mean, obviously I have no pity for him because he tried to take out LJ during the tour with Mr. Classic. There will be serious repercussions for that. Mr. Classic, you will not get any opportunity for a championship or any opportunity in the main spot of the roster that way. Just to let you know. There won't be any future opportunities anytime soon for those attacks. That's not how we do things here in TPW. Obviously, with Destroyer, it was different because he forced his way into the championship match that I was in. I was the main champion against Razor, and he forced his way into that matchup. So that was completely different than what you did. You forced your way, but in a way that almost injured a superstar, and that's not what we do here. Again, in TPW, we take things like that seriously, and there will be repercussions for you and Death coming up soon. Just to let you guys know in that way. Anyways, moving on with more things to say about the New Talent Asylum tonight. It was a big qualifying matches. Congratulations to those who qualified for the Ring Elimination Battle Royal. Throughout the month, you will see more superstars be able to qualify. It will be up to 30 superstars in that Battle Royal. Obviously, as well as on the women division side, they will be qualifying matches as well for next month in that big Battle Royal pay-per-view. As well as, there's just so many things leading up to Extravaganza, because we know it's the biggest event of the year for Extravaganza. We already know Shibata will be facing most likely Destroyer for the World Championship at night 2, most likely, because obviously Destroyer is injured, and he will keep the championship and come back to face Destroyer for the championship at Extravaganza. But as for the Battle Royal, we don't know who will win it. It could be any number of people on our New Talent roster, our away show, or our home show. So it could be anybody who wins those Battle Royals. But we wish the best of luck to whoever wins those matches and moves on to Extravaganza again. And we're on the road to Extravaganza after tonight. We're on the road to Extravaganza with that Battle Royal pay-per-view Ring Elimination coming up next month. But moving on from that, we do have some big announcements. As you heard from Perseus already, we are going to start our tournament after Extravaganza for the new trophy holder for the year. They have a whole year to decide which pay-per-view they want to use that trophy on. It could be the first pay-per-view after winning the trophy, or it could be at Extravaganza and have a set spot in Extravaganza for next year. So that's a big announcement. As well as for the mid-Carter Championship, we know as well. We already have Chris, Insidious, and the King fighting for that title in a triple threat, and whoever wins that will obviously be champion. Excuse me. And so Chris, Insidious, and the King is the current champion. Will face each other for that title in our matchup before the two big battle royals. Chris is a rising star. Just to give some explanations on those superstars, Chris is a rising star here in TPW just as Shibata was, and he has a big opportunity in that matchup, as well as he's a former boxer, and he has some big power. Insidious is a former luchador from the Mexican side, and he is a very unique flying offense, and is also a veteran here in TPW. He won his first title, the tag titles, a while ago with All Star, my brother. And we have the King, who is a very arrogant, kingly type superstar. His manager, the Squire, who is always with him to help him out. So that's all the superstars in that match for the second highest championship here in TPW. Again, obviously, the main champion, Destroyer, is injured. Was injured in the old school, not pay-per-view, I guess you could say, just a regular show. We'll have another old school show coming up, but obviously we had The Rock, my other brother. He came back and did what he said he was gonna do, and that's dismantle Destroyer for disrespecting the legends and disrespecting TPW in general. Hopefully he learned a big lesson from that, from being injured all this time until Extravaganza. And yeah, obviously we have the Animal and the Animal and British Punk. They qualified a while ago for the New Talent Championship. They will face at the pay-per-view before Extravaganza whoever's champion by then, the New Talent Champion. That's another thing to keep in mind. That's why they weren't involved here tonight with the qualifying matches. But yeah, there's just so many things happening leading up to Extravaganza. More and more announcements will be unveiled later on. For now, those are the big announcements. We know, again, Shibata will face Destroyer most likely at the Extravaganza pay-per-view for the mid-Carter title on night 2. We don't know who will be chosen as champion on the Battle Royal. That will still have to be chosen by the Battle Royal winner. Another big announcement, I almost forgot. Heading into the No Escape Chamber pay-per-view, we do have a mystery edition added to that world title #1 contendership chamber. We have decided to make that after Extravaganza, the big pay-per-view after. That person will face whoever's world champion by then.
in one-on-one competition, whoever wins that chamber. So yeah, that's all the announcements we have for today. Thank you again for tuning in for the new talent Asylum, and we will see you heading into our next pay-per-view next month, which will be GPW Ring Elimination, the Battle Royal pay-per-view, which we're all excited for. And obviously tune in next week as well for our, well, this week is what I mean, because we still have the away show this week. That'll be another brand shows coming up this week. So again, the plugs are in Comics R100. That's in Twitch. Our Twitch account is Comics R100, and YouTube channel is under TPW. You'll see like a comic book superhero with glasses. We also have the link always in the Comics R100 and Twitch, the bio there, if you want to find it easier, the YouTube channel. But thanks again for all of you tuning in live, but as all the fans watching on YouTube as well every week. We have more and more viewers watching. I see every week the interviews, and that's great. That's great to tune into those, but remember to tune in also to all the action on TPW show. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you come next week.